Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I have finals in about a week, so I figured what better way to prepare than by making a Big Brother video. Before we get into it, make sure you drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload from me. As for today's video, we'll be going over all of the house guests that have ran into trouble with the law, either before their time on the show or after, because, well, why not? We have 18 different players to discuss, so let's not waste any more time and jump to it. The first person we're talking about should be familiar to you if you watched my last video going over the top 5 most controversial house guests. Go watch if you haven't already. It's Justin Seabick. His appearance in this video should not come as a surprise, considering he was literally expelled from BB2 for holding a knife to someone's throat. Speaking of which, there were a lot of angry fans speaking out after the incident about why CBS let him onto the show in the first place with his previous arrests. Yes, you heard that right, even the Big Brother fans of 2001 were able to find more dirt on these house guests than the casting team. Justin had 5 charges against him prior to entering the house, 3 for assault and 2 for theft. All charges were ultimately dropped, but CBS actually spoke out on the issue. A CBS official by the name of Gil Schwartz, no idea who that is, came out and said that they heard from a source other than the court that Justin only had 1 charge for theft and blamed the court for withholding critical information from them. Of course. In 2002, the year after BB2 aired, Justin was arrested once again and released on a $1,000 bail, this time for assaulting his girlfriend. Police found the woman at 2 a.m. with choke marks on her neck and a fractured ankle, stating that Justin choked her and threw her to the ground. According to Justin, he broke up with her, she started punching him, then went for a shot to his head, fell, and hurt her ankle. He also referred to the incident as a pretty minor mishap. Krista Stiegel, the other participant in the Knifegate scandal if you will, ironically also had a few issues with legal woes. Coming off of BB2, she sued CBS for the knife incident, claiming they should have screened Justin better, and honestly, she isn't wrong. I'm not sure if she won the lawsuit or not. I did some digging and couldn't find a concrete answer, but I'd imagine she didn't, just because CBS is like a multi-billion-dollar company armed with a ginormous legal team. Following the lawsuit in 2010, Krista also was seeking to file a restraining order against someone named Boo from Survivor. I have no idea who that is, I don't watch that show, but its name being Boo actually makes me mad. Krista said they were friends, but got into an argument in a bar in LA that he owned, and that he grabbed her and pushed her against a bathroom wall. Krista was also arrested in 2015. She filed a false police report saying that her husband's or ex's or something's house was unfit for their children to live in. The police searched his house, saw it was fine, and issued a warrant for her arrest. They later saw her in a neighboring town and arrested her. I guess at one point she also tried to get back into the person's house, so they cited her for unlawful entry too. No idea if she was released or did jail time. I tried to find more info about what happened, but couldn't. So sorry. There's actually a third house guest from BB2 who's far too familiar with crime. It's Mike Mallon, otherwise known as Boogie. It's actually crazy too, because Justin and Krista sort of had a showmance, but once Justin got expelled, Krista and Mike formed a relationship and all 3 of them have been arrested. It's almost like a criminal STD or STI that turns you into a weirdo. Justin first contracted it, because of course he did, who then gave it to Krista, who then passed it along to Mike. It's kind of like that movie It Follows, if any of you have seen that. Anyway, back to Boogie. He's a strange character, both on the 3 seasons of Big Brother that he's played, as well as in real life. He's had many run-ins with the law over the years, including being sued for embezzlement and paying nearly $1 million, a DUI charge, possession of a drug without a prescription, and driving with an open alcohol container. Oh joy. Boogie had a huge arrest scandal back in 2019 involving his former co-star and best friend Will Kirby. CBS asked Will and Mike to compete on The Amazing Race. Will declined despite Mike wanting to do it, so Mike did what any rational person would do and harassed and stalked Will. I'm kidding, obviously. Boogie went as far as to take videos threatening Will's children, holding a gun up to a picture of them. Thankfully, Will got a restraining order against him and Boogie was prosecuted accordingly. He was sentenced to 2 years of probation, 3 days in jail, $70 in fees, a 30-day treatment program thing, a $300 fee to the court, and was banned from buying and possessing firearms going forward, and was ordered to relinquish any that he currently owned. Personally, I think he should have been charged a lot more, but the most important thing is Will and his family's safety, so hopefully that freak boogie stays far, far away. Moving on from that mess, we have Tonya Peony, now known as Tonya Casper from Big Brother 3. She wasn't that prominent on the show, to be honest. She was one of the OG MILF archetypes, so she had that going for her at least. She kind of just showed up, screamed at Amy and Marcellus, and then got evicted. Tonya was involved in a huge mess post-season though. In 2009, she was arrested and charged with reckless homicide and a DUI crash, being held on a $1 million bond. Let me make one thing very clear. The Tonya story is convoluted and twisted in the Big Brother community. A lot of people think she was driving drunk, which caused an accident that resulted in the death of 2 people. That is not at all what happened. Since being released, she commented on the matter herself and clarified everything. She was driving on the highway and rear-ended a car going 20 some miles an hour at night with their lights off. 5 cars ended up being involved in the accident, with 2 people dying. However, Tonya was completely sober. The person she initially rear-ended was the one that was actually driving under the influence. Tonya was later released as she was wrongfully charged. She was never driving drunk. She was involved in a tragic accident. We as a community need to clear her name because she was not at fault, was wrongfully charged, and then had fabrications made up about her online. There must have been a twist on BB5 that I missed where whoever made Final 2 gets arrested because both Cowboy Ellis and Drew Daniel have had their term with the law. Also, I hate referring to someone as Cowboy, but his real name is Michael, which is also my name, but I hate him and don't want to share a name with him, so I'm going to call him Cowboy. While running for Durant City Council in 2019, Cowboy was arrested for child abuse. Him and his teenage son got into an argument, he kicked the son out, who then kicked the door open, then Cowboy threw him to the ground, chipping 3 teeth in the process. He claimed it was self-defense and that the son struck him, but police said they found no physical evidence of that on his body. There's been a lot of rumors about Drew. Some people say he was arrested for abusing his boyfriend, some say he attacked his twin. I'm not too sure about either of those. I found a report from 2012 where he was arrested for domestic violence because a male reported that Drew physically assaulted him. Then when cops questioned Drew, he charged at them, getting tased in the process. I couldn't find any concrete information specifying if it was a boyfriend or his twin, but he definitely was arrested for domestic violence. Adam Jasinski and Matt McDonald played the game together during Big Brother 9, with Adam even going all the way to the end and winning the whole thing. The two then formed a new special alliance together post-season, and no, not an impromptu BB alliance, but an attempted drug ring, and I'm not kidding. Adam already had a previous charge against him for possession of 10 pounds of marijuana, and Matt had 2 for beating his girlfriend and then trying to intimidate her into dropping the charges. After winning BB9, Adam used the prize money that he didn't pay taxes on and got charged for as well to fund a drug ring that he recruited Matt in. Through the ring, they distributed around 14,000 oxycodone pills. After being sniffed out by the cops in 2009 and 2010 respectively, Adam did 4 years in federal prison while Matt did 3. While I was doing the research for this video, I also found a website that Matt or Matt's family made where he posted online blog style journals while in prison and a vlog of him leaving prison, so if you want, go check it out on mattymcdonald.com. Actually don't. Wait until you finish my video, then go check it out. I do want to note here that both men have seemingly turned their lives around since the incident. Matt seems to be healthy with the family, and Adam does public speaking, advocating for mental health and substance abuse through his personal experiences and book, My Kids on Drugs, Now What? Our next entry comes from a TMZ article titled When Porn Stars Brawl, so you know it's going to be a good one. Steven Daigle was a house guest on Big Brother 10, well, barely. He was evicted so early I think most people have forgotten about him. After the show, he became a pretty successful adult film star, and no, I'm not using B-roll footage as proof, you weirdos. In 2010, Steven and his partner in quotes, locked horns in West Hollywood, whatever that means, which resulted in his arrest. The partner was taken to the hospital and Steve was taken to jail for misdemeanor battery, being held at a $20,000 bail. I couldn't find much follow-up to this story. I mean, Steve looks pretty beat up in his mugshot, but from what I read, it was a result of self-defense from his partner. Speaking of which, the partner did get a restraining order, which is probably for the best. Before her unfortunate appearance on Big Brother All-Stars 2, and after her unfortunate appearance on Big Brother 19, Christmas Abbott received a misdemeanor charge for criminal mischief in 2018. She was sentenced to 12 months probation and 25 hours of community service. Why, you may ask? Don't worry, I'll tell you, that's why I'm here. To set the stage for you, Christmas was 8 months pregnant and found out that her boyfriend or husband or fiance or ex or something with a relation to her who was also the father of her kid was cheating on her with a woman. Christmas somehow knew this woman was at a gym and drove there to confront her. She went into the gym and asked her if she was involved with her baby daddy, and the woman asked her to leave. Chris responded in a very calm, sane manner by throwing the woman's iced coffee across the room and calling her an, in quotes, pathetic, home-wrecking slut. Chrissy then went outside, got in her SUV, and repeated to ram into the woman's parked car. Just a reminder, she was 8 months pregnant at the time. When cops got there, the two-time Big Brother loser freaked out on them too, who had to warn her that if she continued, they would put her in handcuffs. My favorite part about this story is that Christmas gave birth and named the child Loyal Atticus. Not to talk shit on a child, but that name is outrageous. Like, why are you naming your kid Loyal as if you didn't just catch a misdemeanor charge because you were mad the father of said kid cheated on you? Also, Atticus? This isn't To Kill a Mockingbird, like, please get serious. Sorry, but I hate her so much. Actually, I'm not sorry, she's the worst. Easily one of my least favorite house guests ever. These last 8 house guest stories are either boring, don't have enough information, or aren't that involved, so I present to you Rapid Fire Big Brother House Guests Arrest Records mode. Janelle Pierzina from BB 6, 7, 14, and 22 was arrested once in 2000 for driving drunk and then again in 2001 for stealing from a Macy's. Both times warrants were issued for her arrest after the incidents because she continually failed to show up to court. She has now been ordered to stay 100 yards away from Macy's. Willie Hance was arrested just days after being expelled from BB14 in 2012 for drunk driving. Another BB14 alum, Will Hauser, was arrested in 2016 also for drunk driving and driving with an opened container of alcohol. James Hewling from Big Brother 17 and 18 was arrested for contempt of family court. Not sure the details surrounding this one. I found his mugshot in a couple of articles mentioning the arrest, but no other information. If anyone remembers Jace the first boot flop of BB17, he was arrested in 2012 for disorderly conduct. Another BB17 house guest, Audrey Middleton, was arrested in the past for possession of marijuana. Faisal Shafat from BB20 was arrested in 2013 for public intoxication and indecent exposure because cops found him asleep naked in a car. And finally, Jack Matthews from Big Brother 21 was arrested for... I'm not really sure. Again, I found his mugshot online, but couldn't find any concrete data other than the BB Street saying that they think it was for assault and a DUI. That's all I have for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments anyone I missed. I'm sure there's some. If there's enough people I didn't mention, maybe I'll even make a part 2 at some point. Also, I'll have the articles I used to make this video linked in the description if you want to read about any instances we talked about today. I'm gonna go. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications if you enjoyed. I've already began planning my next video, which will be another banger, so if you're subscribed, you won't miss it. As always, I hope you all have a great day. Bye.
I was in on a crime last week, just as he was, and I would also like a chance to rectify what I have done. James just convicted the wrong man of the crime. I'm wrongfully accused. I got a question for you.
Shoot.
What are you going to do with $500,000? What are you going to do with the money, Ball? I want to know why I'm going to give you a ball of more money.
I would love to start a business. Of course, it's 500 G's. 100 will go to that. Adam, you better do some good with that money.
Oh, you know how I do, Julie.
What are you going to do with that money?
I'll get United Autism Foundation $100,000 to help these children after school program.
Good for you.